Yeah, this one is for every woman trying to hold herself together.
Hello guys, welcome back. It's Golden here. Have you ever watched something happen to someone and thought life has a way of balancing things out?
You are not alone.
Not because someone
Welcome to the
wished them
music
bad,
golden
not
hours.
because anyone was waiting for them to fail, but because life has a funny way of returning what we put into it. What goes around comes around. We hear that saying all the time. And most people think it's only about revenge. It's not. It's about the small choices we make every single day. It's about how we treat people when nobody is watching. It's about the words we speak, the kindness we show, the lies we tell, the promise we break, the help we refuse, and even the love we freely give. Because somehow those things have a way of finding their way back to us. Let me tell you something that happens almost every day. Imagine you are in a supermarket. Someone accidentally drops a bag of groceries. Everything's scattered across the floor. Some people walk past as if they didn't see anything. One person bends down and starts helping. No cameras, no applause, just kindness. Now, imagine months later, that same person is having the worst day of their life. Maybe their car broke down somewhere. Maybe they are carrying a crying baby. It could be anything. They're just having a bad day. Maybe they are overwhelmed. And then suddenly, a stranger steps in to help. That stranger doesn't know what happened months ago. But life has a strange way of returning the energy we put into the world. Not always through the same people, not always immediately, but somehow it just comes back to you. And that's why I always say never underestimate small and little actions, because small actions become big consequences. Now, let's flip the story. Have you noticed that some people enjoy hurting others? They gossip, they embarrass people publicly, they mock people's struggles, they take advantage of kind hearted people. At that moment, it looks like they are winning. They laugh, they move on, they think nothing will happen, but life keeps record differently. Years later, they wonder why nobody trusts them, why people avoid them, why they feel lonely, why nobody shows up when they need help. Sometimes, what we call bad luck is simply the harvest of seeds planted years ago. The scary part is, many of us plant seeds without realizing it. You ignore people today. Tomorrow you wonder why nobody checks up on you. You constantly lie. Later you wonder why people doubt every word you say. You disrespect your spouse. Years later you wonder why the marriage feels cold. You shout at your children every day. Then you're shocked when they stopped talking to you as teenagers. Everything grows, good or bad. Nothing stays buried forever. I remember hearing a story about an elderly woman. She wasn't rich. She didn't have influence, but she spent years helping everyone around her. If someone was sick, she would cook. If someone lost a loved one, she visited. If children needed school supplies, she quietly brought them. She never posted it online. She never announced it. Years later, she became seriously ill. Do you know what happened? People came from everywhere. Some paid hospital bills, some cooked, some cleaned her house, some simply sat beside her so she wouldn't feel lonely. Nobody forced them. They remembered, because kindness leaves fingerprints on people's hearts. Maybe not immediately, but eventually. Now think about family. Families remember, children remember, your spouse remembers, your siblings remembers, your parents remembers. Maybe they don't say anything today, but people carry memories for years. A child remembers a parent who listened. A wife remembers the husband who defends her. A husband remembers the wife who believed in him when nobody else did. People don't forget how you made them feel. And that's why every interaction matters. One thing I've noticed is that many people only become kind after life humbles them. When they are successful, they are proud. When they have money, they insult others. When everything is working, they act like they don't need anybody. And then life changes. And suddenly, they are looking for the same people they ignored. That's one lesson life teaches over and over. Never look down on anyone, because today's helper may become tomorrow's receiver, and today's receiver may become tomorrow's helper. Life changes quickly, very quickly. I've also seen this happen in friendships. One friend always calls, always checks in, always remembers your wins, always shows up. The other friend takes and takes and takes, never gives, never appreciates. And eventually, the relationship dies. Then they wonder why everyone leaves. Relationships don't usually end because of one big event. They slowly die from repeated small actions. What goes around comes around. Now let's talk about parents. Children are always watching, not just listening, watching. You tell them to be honest, but they watch you lie on the phone. You tell them to be respectful, but they watch you insult people. You tell them to be generous, but they watch you refuse to help anyone. Guess what? Children learn more from what they see than what they hear. And years later, those same habits return. Then parents ask, where did my child learn this? Sometimes the answer is sitting right inside the house. Let's make this even more personal. Think about your workplace. That colleague everyone ignores one day becomes your supervisor. That cleaner people refuse to greet might be the person who helps you during an emergency. That neighbor you constantly disrespect may be the first person at your door when you desperately need help. Life has a way of connecting today's actions with tomorrow's outcomes. Not because life is trying to punish us, but because our habits create our future. Every action builds a reputation. Every word builds trust or destroys it. Every choice is planting something. And one day, we harvest. Sometimes people say, but I treated people well and bad things will still happen to me. That's true. Being kind doesn't mean life becomes perfect. Being honest doesn't mean you will never be disappointed. Being generous doesn't mean you will never struggle. Life isn't a vending machine, but kindness gives you something money cannot buy. Peace, respect, trust, real relationships, a clear conscience. Those things are priceless. One thing I've learned, forgiveness is also part of what goes around comes around. When you refuse to forgive, you're carrying a heavy load. Sometimes forgiving someone isn't because they deserve it, it's because you deserve it. Peace is because you deserve peace. Bitterness has a way of returning to the person holding it. It steals your joy, it steals your sleep, it steals your happiness. So even forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. Here's something worth thinking about. If life returned to you today exactly what you've been giving people, would you be excited or worried? If people spoke to you the way you spoke to others, how would that feel? If your children copied every habit you showed them, would you be proud? If your spouse loved you exactly the way you have loved them, would you feel fulfilled? Those questions can be uncomfortable, but they are important because change starts with honesty, not guilt. Honesty. Every single day gives us another chance. Another chance to be patient, another chance to apologize, another chance to encourage someone, another chance to forgive, another chance to become the kind of person we hope to meet. Because the truth is, the world needs more kindness, more compassion, more understanding. Not because people always deserve it, but because that's the kind of world we all want to live in. Before I end this video, I want you to remember one simple sentence. Every conversation is planting something. Every decision is planting something. Every reaction is planting something. Every relationship is planting something. The only question is, what are you planting today? Because sooner or later, what goes around comes around. Hi guys, you've come to the end of this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Turn on your post notification button so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Click on the like button to give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends, your family, or whoever you think that needs to see this video. Bye for now, and I will see you in my next video.
Sacrificing quietly to everybody chasing dreams with fear in their chest. Keep going. You may not see the reward now, but one day your children will thank you.